Today, I'd like to talk about change. As we know, in life, everything changes. Nothing ever stays the same. And in novels, it's also about change. How is the character going to change from the beginning of the story to the end? How is the plot going to change? What is going to happen in the novel? I'm going to talk about change, why it's important, and why it should be at the top of your mind when you are writing your story. So let's get started. Welcome to the Amante channel. I'm really happy that you're here. And so we're going to jump right in to talk about change. I'm going to remind you at the very beginning here that if you like the video, to please like and subscribe to the channel because it really does help me. So let's talk about change. Life is about change. It happens constantly, and that's obvious, right? So if you're alive, you've noticed that things change constantly. But I think we make a mistake when we think about how it happens. We tend to think of change as something dramatic, something that hits us all at once. There's a turning point or there's a major decision that has to be made, and then our entire world changes. And, that might work in novels, and it can work in novels, but that's not the kind of change that I want to talk about today, because in real life, it doesn't normally happen that way. It's something that happens just a little at a time, right? All of a sudden, we look back to 6 months ago or a year ago, and all of a sudden, it's a different life. We're doing something completely different. We are thinking differently. We are behaving differently. And it didn't just happen one night when we woke up, right? It happened gradually as you encountered things in life that made you reconsider maybe your thoughts or your beliefs. Now, things can change completely overnight, right? We saw this during COVID, that all of a sudden our life was completely different. I was just thinking the other day, I turned on my radio, and one of the things I used to do when I would leave work is I would put on talk radio, and I would hear about all the things that were going on or the discussions that, the hosts were having. And it was just something to keep me up to date with life and to listen to something interesting on my drive home. And after COVID, I stopped doing that. I switched from radio to listening to podcasts, maybe because I could choose to tune out certain things. I didn't want to hear the constant commercials about COVID and all of that stuff. I just didn't want to hear it. And so I would listen to other things. I would listen to people talking about health, like positive things about health, like, what you should be doing. Or I would listen to people talk about books, or I would listen to something completely different. And I never went back to listening to the radio. So I don't listen to talk radio anymore. And that was a sudden change. It was just happened from one day to the next. And I'm not the only one, right? So people came out of that situation different. Some were more withdrawn, which I saw with some of my students at school. Some became more reflective. Some were less willing to tolerate things they used to, and they changed. But a lot of times it doesn't happen that suddenly because we're not always hit with something major like that, right? Life isn't always some crazy thing that happens. In fact, when has that ever happened before? But even some of those things that happen, let's say during COVID or political disagreements that we've had, within the last 10 years, things changed gradually. They didn't change overnight. You might have slowly been exposed to maybe opinions that you didn't like, and you changed a little bit at a time, right? You might have lost confidence in certain organizations and government organizations, and your friends and people found that you can't really communicate the way that you used to. So that changed gradually, even if it was as a result of one sudden thing that happened. You didn't change overnight. It happened a little at a time. And that usually happens because we have a growing awareness of things. We gradually come to understand things, and this changes our point of view. It changes the way that we see things, our perspective. And so we slowly start to change because of other things that are happening. And so as writers, we need to take advantage of that when we look at how we change, how our friends change, how society changes. This is something that we can incorporate into our stories, into our characters, and create more believable characters. How have they changed over time because of something that happened to them? So usually this happens as a result of an event, right? It can be a minor event. It could be a major event. It could be something, there could be a fire that happened in the neighborhood and burned down the house. And all of a sudden they're living somewhere else. exposed to different things. Maybe they lose touch with friends or family, or any number of things like that. So that one event starts to make the character change in whatever way. And so one of the things that I want to suggest is that as a writer, you pay attention to that. How is your character going to change from the beginning of the story to the end? And how can it be a gradual change so that it becomes more believable to your reader? It's not something sudden that happens. It's just something that slowly starts to evolve within your character. And you can do this in multiple ways. You can actually show it in real time, or you can go back and say, here is the relationship that this character has with her sister. It feels awkward, it feels distant, and how did it get to be that way? And you can slowly show different things that happened during maybe the last 20 years and why they are now having a difficult time relating to each other. And the other thing that you want to show with change is your character's reaction to the change. So, since we don't have a time machine, right, where we can go back and say, when exactly did things start to change? If we could go back to this one moment and make a different choice so that we don't grow apart, so that we don't have this awkwardness between us, so that we don't have this conflict between us, how do we do that? The sad part or the unsettling part is that we really can't do that. We can't go back into our time machine and actually pinpoint the moment that things changed. But as a writer and as a novelist, you still can. I would still recommend that the character doesn't really understand exactly when it happened, but they can have memories of, this is one of the fights we had, and this is what happened after that, and this is what happened 5 years later. And slowly your character can start to piece together when things happen, when things changed, when my belief went from this to that, right? So in real life, relationships evolve without us noticing. In characters' lives, it can also happen that way, but we have the advantage of being able to have our characters think back to certain times and start to put things together. And why do we want to do this? So, why is it important for us to track the change that the character goes through? Well, most of the time it's because of motivation. Like, we want to understand as readers why the character goes from being type A to type B, right? So we want to know why this change occurs, and we need to understand this. We need to understand the motivation. And if you, as the writer, can create that for the reader, then the character becomes more authentic and the story becomes more believable. And what we're really trying to discover as a reader is, who is this character? What is their identity? Why are they making this change? Why is it important for them to make this change? Again, a lot of times they're not making a change because they want to. Most of the time, actually, they don't want to change, but we're forcing them to make this change, or they find themselves that they have made a change that maybe they don't like. They've become the type of person that they're not happy being. There's a Christmas movie with Nicolas Cage where he gets a glimpse into what could have been. So he's this very wealthy businessman, and he's spending Christmas pretty much by himself working because this is who he has become. And he's actually very happy with who he has become. And so he's not wishing he could go back, but he gets this, magical Christmas glimpse into the past where he could have chosen to stay with a girl he was in love with in the past. And after he gets this glimpse and sees the life that he could have had, which he's completely unhappy with because he just wants to go back to this wealthy man who he was. He feels he had a really good life. But by the time this glimpse is over and he does get to go back, now he realizes what he missed, right? He realizes that he could have had something else. And so it is kind of a story about identity. It's a story about maybe changing who I have become into somebody who I could have been. And so there's lots of different ways, and there's lots of different stories that there's lots of plots that you could use to create that same story. This one just happens to be this Christmas one, and there's a little magic, and there's an angel, I guess you could call him, who does this for him. But what the story is showing is that your character has changed. He has become a certain type of person, and he could have taken two different paths, and he chose one path that, though he likes, he missed out on the other path. He lost touch with the girlfriend that he loved at the time that he was actually going to marry. He lost touch with the things that were important to him back then that he chose not to follow through. So family, children, all the things that were important to him that he liked, he chose not to have so that he could be this wealthy professional businessman. And so what the writers of that movie did was they allowed him to view a different perspective of his life so that he could change in the present. So he doesn't have to lose all of the other things that were important to him once, and maybe he could bring that back. So by the end of the movie, he tracks down this woman who has built, of course, her own life without him, but they start to talk so that you get the feeling that maybe moving forward he might actually be able he has changed, his perspective has changed, and he may be able to now merge the two identities, the one where he still is a successful businessman with those values, but he also is able to incorporate the person that he used to be in the past. And so, what I'm saying in this video is that what you want to do is you want to take a look at the small little things that happen along the way. Like, how did this guy become this businessman? What did he give up? What journey did he take that led him to become who he is? And those little tiny things are the ones that really change your life. Those small little decisions, the small moments, the reactions to experiences and events lead us to become the people that we are. And we want to show that in fiction because we want the reader to understand how the character got to be who they are, what changes happened to build that character. And by looking beneath the surface, we come to understand the character a lot better and where he's going and how you're going to reach that ultimate change at the end of the story. So in this short video, just remember that everything in your novel is about change. You want to show the change, be big changes, could be small changes, but they all are going to lead to how your character, who your character becomes by the end of the story. Hope this has helped. If it has, please hit the like, the share button. Come back next week for the next video and leave a comment for me to respond to. Thank you so much. I'm happy that you're here and I'll see you next week.